22, third baseman, Caleb Stevenson. Batting sixth, number 6, catching, Jackson Lynn. Batting seventh, number 10, shortstop, Eden Blanco. Batting eighth, number 12, left fielder, Cody LaFontaine. Batting ninth, number 1, center fielder, Skylar Hiley. The reserves for the Kennewick team, number 2, Taylor LaFontaine. Number 4, Jacob Anderson. Number 18, Paige Aldrich. Number 19, Mason Markart. Number 21, Gavin Matson. Number 23, Cooper Shelby. Number 34, Rustin Edmondson. The coaches for Washington, head coach Jack Milbauer, assistant coaches Clayton Ayers and Brent Matson. Now for the Oregon team. Bat first, number 27, center fielder Darren Marsh. Batting second, number 10, pitching Bennett Thompson. Batting third, number 14, third baseman Evan McCronan. Batting fourth, number 37, right fielder Dylan Marsh. Batting fifth, number 1, shortstop Zach Ankney. Batting sixth, number 5, catching Taven Casey. Batting seventh, number 6, first baseman Bennett Smith. Batting eighth, number 3, left fielder Joshua Baptiste. Batting ninth, number 20, playing second base Chase Visconti. Your non-starters, number 8, Ryan Sandoval. Number 12, Brady Buchanan. Number 16, Skylar Garden. Number 18, Ricky Burks. Number 23, Jeremiah Huffman. Number 25, Blake Shields. Number 34, Stephen Ledenneck. Your coaches for Oregon, head coach Nate Maven, assistant Paul White. The umpires for today's games are behind home plate, Tyler Schmidt. First base, Nick Stevens. Second base, Marty Gibbs. Third base, Pat Zink. Now at this time, Derek Abbott will lead the code of conduct. Gentlemen, now turn your attention to the flag in the center field for the national anthem. gentlemen, let's play ball.
Hello, are you there? Hello, are you there? Yes, are you there? Okay, real quick, listen, I'm in a broadcaster, I need to get this done. My name is James Reese, R-E-E-S-E. Phone number 501-944-5553. Somehow disconnected.
other things to do and see. Well, that's cool.
I'm trying to, yeah. I'm gonna
Well,
use that.
but now they're saying they're gonna have it good. Yeah.
Yeah, she's always travels with me when I can, if she can, and she's happy just to be the whole work environment.
The guy is desired to not be in there.
No, number 25, Kim Yee.
He's happy with you guys when you guys. How many years in that?
Got married when I was yeah. As manager.
What's up with you?
Yeah.
That's the fun.
Yeah. What else? She says that's not easy. She's happy about that. So I'm stuck probably there.
There you go, bud.
What's taking so long? What is the delay?
I didn't even know.
I understand that.
Do you umpire full time all sports?
No.
No, that's really good.
I'm not the local number, so I can get that too.
It's not mine. It's somebody else's.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Superintendent. The guy that's oversees everything.
So you tell me you're good, you're dying to leave.
Oh yeah. When I started in 2009 with
No, I have the Grants Pass number. I'm talking about the Eastern Iowa.
basically that's what I said I did.
The grant number.
2010. 2009.
Now off the bat, number 22, Caleb Stevenson.
How long have you been doing regional stuff?
This is my 7th year.
Have you been gone up yet?
Second year, Hello.
Correct number, right too.
Hello.
Grants Pass.
Hello.
Every time I call down, I try calling, it comes right to the national.
Uh,
then they get there to the World Series. They have dry and wet counties down there. They put the umpires in the dry county, like they killed them. If you had the dryers take 15 miles across the county line and stock up. But that's a great experience. I'm sure it's
This is the most important game we're gonna play, no?
because the umpires, you never have to do it. From a regional perspective, my perspective, I love the region immensely. Like,
Obviously, it was really good to make it.
it's not an exaggeration to say you're going to average 4,000 and get up to 7 grand in the stands. But they just have the whole county.
Now up, number 10, Bennett Thompson.
Someone, the Arts Commission, the theater, you name it, everybody's in it. I went down, I was in Chillicothe. We did a regional in 2008. That was before the rumor was out that they were looking for a election site. But that was before that happened in 2010. They hosted a regional World Series back down in Shelby. And so like the rumors were just, all over the place. They was the Michigan team. So I bit the bullet, got permission from my wife, and I just kept my rental and drove down to Shelby for 2 o'clock. And we just, I think the county won. Coming in Shelby, and whatever. I mean, you guys folks know. Telephone poles is bad. Everywhere. And then we found signboards on the side of the road. Nice big.
No, number 14, Evan McClellan.
Behind public transit buses, big spread marketing, downtown on the side of buildings, corner side or alley side. So murals, at least half a dozen. And then I went down and got the newspaper. When the regional was the day on the World Series. I went down there 2 days before game started. Kids were down.
Bottom of the first, there was no runs on no hits and no errors. After one complete, Washington won. Now the bat, number 6, Jackson Lynn.
And good morning, baseball fans, as we join you now from Lewiston, Idaho. Got things all connected here finally from Harris Field on campus, Lewis and Clark State College. It's the Medford Mustangs and Kennewick Outlaws, the Washington State champions, against the Oregon champs, and a loser out game for the loser of this ball game, but the winner will have a shot at championship tomorrow, the Northwest Region 7 championship. Medford again trying to rebound from last night's 4-1 loss, or yesterday afternoon's loss to Bozeman, Montana. The Bucks, as this ball is hit into center field, Darren Marsh is under it and will make the out. Bennett Thompson throwing for the Medford Mustangs. And again, we've had some issues, but we've got that corrected for you now. So we'll get you the starting lineups as we can here in a bit. And hold on, just. Okay, and so Bennett Thompson on the mound for the Medford Mustangs. Set the defense for you. Evan McLennan is at third. Zach Ankeny at shortstop. At second base is Chase Costanti. Bennett Smith is at first. In the outfield, left to right, is Josh Baptiste in left field today for the Mustangs. Darren Marsh in center. Dylan Marsh in right field. And behind the plate is Taven Passy. 1-0 Kennewick with the early lead off of Thompson. They got a high fly ball midway down the right field line, dropped about a foot into fair territory. And so Kennewick gets a run across Tim G., the cleanup hitter, first baseman, with the RBI as Thompson comes back and strikes out Blanco. And there are two out after the leadoff fly ball out into center field for the Kennewick Outlaws. Two out. And again, early morning, the breakfast bracket, as it will. And the Medford Mustangs trying to stay alive in this Northwest Regional Tournament, facing Kennewick, a very good team that won the regional in 2016, I believe it was. We'll have to go back and look. Here's a drive into left field, playable as Baptiste is there, puts it away. And Kennewick goes in order with the number 6, 7, and 8 hitters here in the second inning, 3 up and 3 down. After 1.5, it's Kennewick 1, the Mustangs nothing. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Mike Newman, Newman Group, Evergreen Home Loans. We do what we do because we deeply desire to impact the lives of the people we come into contact with. That pursuit is something that is exuded every time we interact with the people we serve. We try our best to support them in the best way possible, meet them where they're at, and impact their lives beyond just the home loan process.
Windows, stone, or roofing, Allied Building Products is where you go for anything in exterior home improvement. With over 65 years combined experience, we can help you find all you need to complete your project. We can connect you with quality licensed and bonded contractors. In our window showroom, you'll find a large selection of windows and skylights. We offer a variety of residential and commercial roofing and have the largest supply of GAF Elk roofing products in Southern Oregon. Allied Building Products. One source, one solution.
Affordable Truck and RV, for the places you would like to be.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jetboat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jetboat Excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
Come back live to the Northwest Regional Championship Tournament. The Newman Group, Evergreen Home Loans, Oregon, California Supply Regional Championship Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires. Bennett Thompson on the bump for the Mustangs, already with 3 strikeouts, as the Mustangs now get their turn on a good lefty, Simeon Howard of Kennewick. And a leadoff walk from Dylan Marsh. to open the second inning. We're in the bottom of the second. Medford in the first base dugout for the first time in the tournament. Brings up Zach Ankeny. Ankeny, the number 5 hitter, followed by Taven Passy, then Bennett Smith. Josh Baptiste in left field today hits 8th. And second baseman Chase Costanti rounds out the Mustang order with head coach Nate Maben, assistant coach, pitching coach, and general manager Paul White. Simeon Howard, a good one from Kennewick. They won the state championship beating Lakeside Bellevue, which has been a perennial power in the state of Washington. Kennewick is 41-13. Medford 35-24. Kennewick stayed alive yesterday, beating Casper 11-6, although Casper gave up 5 runs in that final inning. Combination of a couple errors, a misplay, ball dropping in here and there, one laced here. I mean, it was just unbelievable. Watch that thing come unraveled for Casper. Here's the lefty, and just a sophomore, by the way, Simeon Howard from Kennewick High School. A 6-1 win-loss record, 1.04 earned run average, making his 6th start of the summer. And he faces the Mustang shortstop, Zach Ankeny. Ankeny, a .343 hitter this summer. Rolled up along third. One ball and 2 strikes the count. Again, Kennewick getting a run in the opening inning. Thompson ended up striking out Stevenson, the number 5 guy, to get out of it. Bloop single, the second man he faced, and then a high fly down the right field line that dropped fair territory as Ankeny swings through and misses that offering from Howard. And the lefty with his second strikeout. He struck out Darren Marsh to open the game. 1 out and 1 on for Medford. Taven Passy comes to bat, Mustang catcher. So Thompson gets the ball. He opened Wednesday, the first game of the tournament, and beat Alaska 4-0. And now has the ball here today. Can go, I think they plan to go about 30 pitches, and then they'll bring Dylan Marsh, who you see running at first. And hopefully Marsh can carry Medford through this Saturday and keep them alive. Come back tomorrow for a championship run. Howard, the lefty, down low to Passy. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Taven. Team leading hitter with a .380 average on the summer. But Simeon Howard, one of the 2 best pitchers in this tournament. The other is from Idaho Falls, and Idaho Falls will play Bozeman, which beat Medford yesterday 4-1. Bozeman, the only undefeated team in the tournament. But the young man from Idaho Falls, Hostert, is a very, very good arm. 6'6", big, tall kid, drafted 15th round by the Rangers. Randon Hostert. Everybody said, boy, well, if you make it to Sunday, you'll get him again, because that's when he can return, is tomorrow. So everybody thankful that is playing today, Kennewick, Medford, Idaho Falls, that they don't have to face him. Howard down low in the dirt, and he's behind. Nope, even now, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the Mustangs, 11 runs, 20 hits in 3 games. Their opponent 7 runs on 15 hits, but Medford has left the most runners on base of the tournament, 28 runners stranded in their first 3 games. Their opposition has only left 12 out on the bases, 28. And of the 28, 11 of those in scoring position. Would have, could have, should have. Passy, full count. And there's ball 4. So the Mustangs with runners at first and second here in the bottom of the second. Again, we are live in Lewiston, Idaho, side of the Region 7 Northwest Championship Series and Tournament. Down to 4 teams, Medford and Kennewick, and to follow the undefeated Bozeman Bucks and Idaho Falls, the Idaho champions. So you have all state championship teams left. But unfortunately, could be down to 2 today or 3, but 1 out of the 4 today is going to say bye-bye. Simeon Howard, the left-hander, in the dirt with that one. Again, Medford with runners at first and second. Bounding ball up toward the middle, could be 2. There's 1, and the throw on to first. Kennewick turns the double play. Smith hits into a double play ball. Unassisted by the second baseman and on to first. And the Mustangs are erased here in the second. No runs, no hits, and Medford will strand 2 more runners on. They've now left 30 runners on base in 3+ games in the tournament. Kennewick won, and the Medford Mustangs won. You're watching Play Action Sports Media.com.
Windows, stone, or roofing. Allied Building Products is where you go for anything in exterior home improvement. With over 65 years combined experience, we can help you find all you need to complete your project. We can connect you with quality licensed and bonded contractors. In our window showroom, you'll find a large selection of windows and skylights. We offer a variety of residential and commercial roofing and have the largest supply of GAF elk roofing products in Southern Oregon. Allied Building Products. One source, one solution.
Mike Newman, Newman Group, Evergreen Home Loans. We do what we do because we deeply desire to impact the lives of the people we come into contact with. That pursuit is something that is exuded every time we interact with the people we serve. We try our best to support them in the best way possible, meet them where they're at, and impact their lives beyond just the home loan process.
Skylar Higley leads it off, the number 9 man for Kennewick. Goes after the first offering from Bennett Thompson and hits it into center field, but caught by Darren Marsh out on the warning track. First out here in the top of the third, with Medford trailing the Washington State champion Kennewick Outlaws 1-0. Top of the order now for Kennewick. And Jacob Shue, the second baseman, spelled S-C-H-U. Simeon Howard, the pitcher, will hit second in the lineup, and another fly ball into center field, and quickly 2 gone.
Now up, number 17, Simeon Howard.
Two out, top of 3. Again, tournament games are 7 innings. Bozeman beating Medford 4-1 yesterday, and another fly ball. First pitch right out to Marsh, and the Outlaws again go 1-2-3. Bennett Thompson maximizing what's remaining of his pitch count for the tournament, and that'll do just fine for Medford. 3 up, 3 down on a line drive out and a couple fly ball outs, all into center field on just 5 pitches. To the bottom of the third we go. It remains 1-0, Kennewick with the lead. Again, you're watching the Newman Group, Evergreen Home Loans, Oregon, California Supply game of the week from the regional tournament, powered by Les Schwab Tires. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Joshua Baptiste.
Josh Baptiste will lead off the bottom of the third for Medford, the home team in this consolation semifinal loser out game from Harris Field, Sheff Stadium on campus Lewis and Clark State College. Medford trails Kennewick, the Washington State champs, 1-0. And the first pitch fouled upstairs above us. Our vantage point, the camera looking to the southeast here in Lewiston, Idaho, a town of about 40,000 right along the Snake River. High fastball. Baptiste takes a cut and misses. Left-hander Simeon Howard, again 6-1, 1.04 earned run average. Baptiste underneath that one. Number 8 hitter in the lineup for Nate Maben in his 9th year head coach. Mustangs again won the regional championship in 2015. Went all the way to Shelby, North Carolina, finished 3rd in the nation. Kennewick went to the World Series in 2016. They won the regional when it was in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Next year it'll be in Gillette, Wyoming. Last 2 years it was in Montana. Howard's changeup misses there. Two balls, 2 strikes. Baptiste swings through and misses. Third strikeout for Howard. Gets Baptiste to lead off the third. Medford's totals, again, 11 runs, 20 hits in the tournament. Their opponents, 7 runs, 15 hits. Kennewick is 41-13 on the year. As the first pitch swung on and bounded up towards short, tried for a backhand pick and gets by. The shortstop for Kennewick, Eden Blanco. And they'll give it a base hit as Blanco never got a glove on it, but it should have been played. So Costanti aboard. First Mustang hit of the morning. Haven't done morning baseball for a long time. Kind of like the high school basketball tournaments, those consolation games. But different in this bracket format. They do cross bracketing. So if you lose, you still have a chance to come back through and get to the championship. So the Mustangs with Costanti aboard. Costanti doubled on Wednesday against Alaska in that 4-0 shutout win, which Thompson almost went the distance. Goddard came in and filled in for him. Low pitch. And got just a piece of it, they say. Fouled it back off the bat of Darren Marsh. Kennewick won their opening game, and they'll punch out Darren Marsh. Caught him looking. Two out with Costanti aboard on the 1-out single. It brings up pitcher Bennett Thompson. Plan again is for Thompson to go 30 pitches today and then bring in Dylan Marsh. Hopefully he can carry him through the day. See if the Mustangs can tie it up here in the bottom of the third. Bozeman beat Lewis Clark, the host team, and there goes, they got Costanti caught up between first and second. And they'll tag him out. No, they did not. Oh, they said he did, got him on the side. I don't know about that. Sure didn't look like a clean tag. Nate Maben's going to come out and argue. I would too. Never looked like he got him from here. Boy, I wish we had replay now. I don't think he ever got him. I don't know if he was calling him out. He wasn't out of the base path. He never got him. Never did get the tag on him. We got a great look here. I mean, you know, we're not a homer, that's for sure, but he never did tag him. And I think they got to get this right. He said he got him, though, but it didn't look like it from here. If he did, it barely touched his shirt. Medford wearing kind of their batting shirts over a red vest, a mesh vest they wear. They're talking it over here. Let's see what they decide. It was very close. I mean, really close. And What are they going to do? Now they're going to go talk to Kennewick. I don't think they tagged him. It sure didn't look like it from here. And this would really change the landscape of this game here early. So they're going to go talk with Kennewick and give that coach the explanation. But I'm telling you, it did not look like they got him at all. If they did, it was just a whisper of the glove getting the side of the jersey. Safe. Yeah, he was safe. Good call. And the umps got it right. To their credit, these umpires earned their way here. And certainly not something easy to swallow and accept if you're Jake Milbauer, who's a very good young coach for Kennewick. But it is the right call. And so the appeal and Costanti survive. Chase on at second. We got a good look at it where we're here, right on the just past first base. So the potential tie and run for Medford on its second with 2 out in a big play. Well, broadcast partner would say, Bobby C., that's a big play, Bird. Big, big play. You're right, Hank, it is. Change up from Simeon Howard. So Costanti will get a stolen base out of that. Looked like he was dead in a rundown. Now line shot to left field, hit hard, and they'll chase it down. Great catch into left field to retire Bennett Thompson, who stroked it well. And so Kennewick gets off the hook there. Left fielder with a nice rundown play. That's LaFontaine who ran it down. The Mustangs, no runs, 1 out single by Costanti. After the appeal, he survives, stays out there, but it's short-lived. And Kennewick will preserve a 1-0 lead. And we'll go to the top of the 4th inning. It remains Kennewick 1 and the Medford Mustangs 0. Thanks for watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Fourth inning, 1-0. Kennewick leading Medford. Loser out game. Consolation semifinals. The winner shot at the regional championship tomorrow. And again, to follow will be Bozeman. We'll broadcast that game as well here on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. The Bozeman Bucks providing the broadcast as they take on the Bandits of Idaho Falls. And again, Bozeman, like Medford last week, the state tournament, they're in the driver's seat. They could lose this game today, and it means nothing. And again, would play tomorrow for the regional championship. Totals through 3. Kennewick, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. And for Medford, scoreless on 1 hit, no errors and 1 left. Bennett Thompson for the Mustangs right there, strikes out. Easton Stevens, the number 3 hitter, the right fielder. 4th strikeout for Thompson. So here's Tim Gee, who hit that RBI single in the first down the right field line, dropping midway down the line. Dylan Marsh nearly caught up to it, but about a foot into fair ground as Thompson gets the call inside strike, backing Tim Gee off the plate. Thompson went 5 2/3, just one hit off him in that 4-0 shutout over Alaska on Wednesday. He had 4 strikeouts there. This ball hit deep and well to left field and over the head of Baptiste. And to the fence it goes, and into second is the cleanup man, Tim G, with a double.
Number 22, Galen Stevenson.
Third hit off of Thompson. Dylan Marsh, by the way, the only home run in the tournament in that Wednesday opener against Alaska. The third extra base hit off of Medford in the tournament. That's it. Their pitching has been pretty good for the most part, huh? Tough play and taken by Darren Marsh. See everybody come together there. Ankeny and Costanti out as well. Marsh called him off.
Now up, number 6, Jackson Lynn.
So there are 2 gone for Bennett Thompson. Well, it might work out. Thompson carry him through this 4th, and then Marsh take over. Dylan. Fastball in low. So I mentioned Kennewick with the opening win, 8-5 over Lewis Clark. Then they lost to Bozeman 5-0 on Thursday. Came back and beat Wyoming yesterday 11-6 in a loser out game. 4th best hitting team in the tournament. Team average of 286. Here's Jackson Lind, their catcher, left-handed hitting catcher. Lind is 6th in the lineup. Flew out to lead off the 2nd. Bozeman shut out Kennewick, 5 runs on 8 hits. And Kennewick was blanked with just 3 hits. Sage McKinn went the distance for Bozeman in that win. Struck out 8, walked only 3 of the 27 he faced. Threw 97 pitches in that 5-0 shutout win. And there's ball 4. So a 2-out walk from Thompson. His first walk of the day. We're in the top of the 4th. Passy out to talk with Bennett. And the shortstop, Eden Blanco, comes to bat. Blanco, one of 4 strikeout victims to Bennett. See runners at first and second for Kennewick. Smith defensively playing behind the runner with 2 out. Throw over. Smith sneaking in from behind. Take a look at Bennett. Starting to warm up a little bit, but only to be in the 80s. And here comes Paul White out to the mound to talk it over with Thompson. Let's see if he's got to that point, the pitch count. Meantime, we'll bring you up to date on our affordable truck and RV road trip weather report from Lewiston, Idaho this Saturday. Well, we're not in Arizona where it's, about 110 down there. Here in Lewiston, currently 79 degrees and sunny. A few clouds off to the south and southwest. Today's high expected to be only 84, 75, and a chance of thunder showers tomorrow, and we don't know what time championship games will be played. There's talk they may move the first one up to 10 a.m. But, boy, it's cooled off from the 104 when we got here. Understand in Medford mostly cloudy and a chance of rain later today. Some thunder bumpers, about a 60% chance. So Thompson going to stay on the bump, do his thing. And the pitch fouled away. Medford trying to keep the mystique and magic of their postseason run alive. Curveball missing. And it goes to 3-1. 2 out, 2 on for Kennewick with a 1-0 lead here in the fourth. And the pitch hit deep down the left field side, but into foul territory. Baptiste gave it a good run after it. Josh Baptiste in left field today for the Mustangs. 315 down the left field line, 385 straightaway center, and 335 to right field. Here at Sheff Stadium. Ed Sheff was the longtime head coach here, won I don't know how many NAIA national championships, I think 17. Jeremiah Robbins with 3, the current Roseburg Knox Stewart's coach, and they still love him here. The legend has moved on and come back home to Umpqua Community College. In fact, at Legion Field, they have tore up the grass and will start laying the artificial turf here in the coming days. Runners moving, the pitch blopped over short, Ankeny there, and we'll put it away. So no runs on one hit for Kennewick in the fourth. That one hit was a 1-out double by Tim G. And they leave 2 runners on base, does the Outlaws of Kennewick, Washington. We'll go to now the bottom of the fourth inning. It's still 1-0 Kennewick leading the Medford Mustangs. And you're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We invite you to stick around and watch the next game, Bozeman and Idaho Falls. Should be a good matchup. Bozeman, though, undefeated.
Windows, stone, or roofing, Allied Building Products is where you go for anything in exterior home improvement. With over 65 years combined experience, we can help you find all you need to complete your project. We can connect you with quality licensed and bonded contractors. In our window showroom, you'll find a large selection of windows and skylights. We offer a variety of residential and commercial roofing and have the largest supply of GAF Elk roofing products in Southern Oregon. Allied Building Products. One source, one solution.
Mike Newman, Newman Group, Evergreen Home Loans. We do what we do because we deeply desire to impact the lives of the people we come into contact with. That pursuit is something that is exuded every time we interact with the people we serve. We try our best to support them in the best way possible, meet them where they're at, and impact their lives beyond just the home loan process.
Welcome back. Evan McClellan will start it off for the Medford Mustangs, trailing Kennewick, the Washington State champions, 1-0. McClellan, we could see pitch as well. He did not pitch in high school, had a little arm soreness and problem there, but could see Mustang third baseman go to the bump. Faces Simeon Howard, left-handed pitcher. Up to second and on to first. McClellan retired.
Number 37, Dylan Mark.
1 run, 3 hits, 3 left for Kennewick. McClellan twice today has rolled out up to second baseman Jacob Shue. One out. Here's Dylan Marsh. Marsh again hit his 8th home run Wednesday in the 4-0 win over Alaska. The only home run of the regional tournament. We had, about 6 at the state tournament in Klamath Falls. And again, just my opinion, but I think Eugene and Dallas are as good as any of these teams here. And certainly could do well. But Medford, again, since early part of July, the story goes, they have been on a roll. They've had some luck. They've made their own breaks. Good pitching. Kept runners off base for the most part until yesterday. They had only had 6 runners on base, and yesterday had a dozen out there. And tough loss for Ricky Bortz 3 2/3. Robbie Buchanan came in, and actually Bortz no decision, and Buchanan with the loss in relief. I double check that and see. It's funny, we got the box score sent to us, and they sent us a box score from earlier in the week. So wasn't quite sure about that, but fly ball into left field. Endcott off the bat of Dylan Marsh. And there are 2 gone.
Number 1, Zach Ankeny.
A little bit of a breeze blowing through here, but again, much cooler than what it's been. It was blazing hot when we got into town. Way too hot. Bortz did take the loss yesterday. That is confirmed. 3 2/3, gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits of the 18 batters he faced. And punched out, strike 3. Down goes the Medford Mustangs and Zach Ankeny. 4th strikeout for lefty Simeon Howard, who will be just a sophomore. Yes, a sophomore at Kennewick High School. Just down the road about Kennewick, about an hour and a half away to the west of us across the Snake River. So we'll go to the 5th inning, and Kennewick still holds a 1-0 lead. Mustangs running out of outs if they want to keep this thing alive. They're only down 1-0, and we'll come back with the 5th inning. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com. To the 5th inning we go. Number 8 hitter Cody LaFontaine will start it off for Kennewick, the Washington State champions, 41-13 on the year, leading the Medford Mustangs, the Oregon champions, 1-0. Bennett Thompson for the Stings on the hill with 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. They've got 3 hits off him, but the one that took a 1-0 lead was kind of a blooper down the right field line. Not too high and just mid-range that Costanti couldn't get to it from second, and Marsh from right field was within about a step and a half from it, and it dropped, scoring Simeon Howard, who had singled to open the game a one-out single. And here we are. Thompson battling. Mustangs down just 1-0. In the infield, Costanti coming in against the sun. That's a tough ball, but he makes it, puts it away. Pop out in the infield to Chase Costanti. First out here in the 5th inning. This Mustang team, though, they've been fun to be around. They're got a pretty good sense of humor. They play pretty free and easy. But, boy, yesterday the look on Ankeny and Dylan Marsh's face in our post-game interview just had that look like, I mean, they were upset they lost, but it looked as though maybe they were ready to pack it in. I mean, they just had that loss, but fortunately for Medford, maybe not so. And we'll see if they can extend their stay here in Lewiston. Again, we'll be carrying the Bozeman Idaho Falls game coming up. The Bozeman Bucks, it'll be their broadcast against the Bandits of Idaho Falls, as Bozeman the only undefeated team. So we could be down to 4 or just 2 today, after today, or 3. Wait and see how that develops here. Again, Bozeman, the only undefeated team. Down the right field line and into foul territory. One out in the 5th. This is Skylar Higley. He's the 9th man in the lineup. The center fielder taps one back to Thompson. On to Smith, and quickly 2 gone. So Thompson, again, he in 5 pitches got the side retired in the 3rd. So I think they were going to run him, I think he had about 40 pitches maybe left. And so far so good for Bennett Thompson and the Mustangs. Kennewick really hasn't got to him. Again, that bloop single from Tim G down the right field line, dropping about a foot fair. This one pulled foul, first base side. So leadoff man Jacob Shue, the second baseman, is grounded out and flown out. Bozeman coming up. They've scored 14 runs, I think, on more than 16 hits. I'll have to get their totals from them, but good ball club. I think one of the better teams in the tournament for sure. Aha, now we've got some numbers for you. This one hook foul like my golf tee shot down the first base side. Bozeman 14, they've outscored their opponents 14-3. The Bucks are 54-16 on the year. And they'll meet Idaho Falls. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out to Higley. Or no, this is not Higley. This is, Shue, Jacob Shue. Thompson got him. Nice pitch. Outside corner, down and away. Bennett Thompson with his 5th strikeout. He's gone 5. Kept the Mustangs in this thing. It's 1-0. Now it's time for the bats to come alive. It'll be Passy, Smith, and Baptiste to try to shake it loose. This Saturday morning breakfast bracket baseball action. Again, you're watching the Newman Group Evergreen Home Loans Oregon California Supply Game of the Week, powered by Les Schwab Tires. We're back to Lewiston after this on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Newman Group Evergreen Home Loans. We do what we do because we deeply desire to impact the lives of the people we come into contact with. That pursuit is something that is exuded every time we interact with the people we serve. We try our best to support them in the best way possible, meet them where they're at, and impact their lives beyond just the home loan process.
Affordable Truck and RV for the places you would like to be.
Bottom of the fifth, the Medford Mustangs trailing Kennewick 1-0. And leading off is Taven Passy, Mustang catcher. Passy walked his first at bat. So again, we'll have Bozeman, Idaho Falls broadcast to follow. They scheduled that for a noon start. It might be a little later, depending how they get the field prepped here. Again, we're in Pacific time in Lewiston. 2 balls and a strike to Passy. Passy 380 average on the year, and he draws a leadoff walk. Huge. The Mustang catcher, well, wait a minute. No, they called it a strike. Not so fast. 3-1 to Taven. And now the count is full. Four to 1, Bozeman beat Medford yesterday. There's ball 4. Third walk of the day for the sophomore to be, Simeon Howard. And pitching coach going to go out to the mound. Kennewick, pretty good staff of guys. 41-13 record on the year. Medford again is 35-24. Kennewick won the regional in 2016, the year after Medford went to the World Series. Head coach is Jake Milbauer, Clayton Ayers, and Brent Matson, the assistant coaches of this team. Half of their roster returned from last year. 9 of the 18 are back. So pretty experienced club, but boy, they feel good about this young lefty, Simeon Howard, who's getting a lot of looks from colleges already and some pro scouts. But right now, he's got to get out of this. A leadoff walk, holding only a 1-0 lead. And here's Bennett Smith for the Stangs, who looks to bunt and pulls it back in time to look at a ball. Again, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. One on, nobody out for the Mustangs. The count 2-1 to Smith. Puts it down. Fielded by Howard, and the underhand toss to get Bennett. But it will move Taven Passy into scoring position with just 1 out. Now the Mustangs were here earlier on the appeal play. Chase Costanti survived and got to live for another at bat in the 3rd inning, but they left him stranded there on a strikeout and line out to end the 3rd. Smith gives himself up to move Passy to second. And Ryan Sandoval comes to bat for Baptiste here in the 5th. Righty against lefty. Time called now. They're going to have Paul White go out at first at coach. Here's Sandoval hitting for the Mustangs. 353 hitter on the year. Checks at the breaking ball. Sandoval with the 6 most hits of this Mustang roster, 41 on the year. His 42nd would be huge. 2 balls, no strikes. Sandoval hitting in the 8 hole for Baptiste, who struck out his only appearance in the 3rd. It's in low, and it goes to 3-0. Passy again running at second. Leadoff walk against lefty Simeon Howard. 6-1 win-loss record. Sandoval taking all the way for a strike. Howard making his 6th start of the summer. And there's ball 4. The pitch up. Chase Costante now to the plate for the Mustangs. Hitting .261 on the year. Costante singled off of Howard in the 3rd. See if he can get a good read on him here. Try to tie this ball game up or take the lead. Takes a strike on the attempted bunt. To third, steps on the bag for 1, across the diamond double play. Goodness gracious. Tailor-made for Kennewick, wouldn't you know. The second double play, Medford ended the second in a unassisted 4-3 double play. This one unassisted 5-3. And erases the Mustangs and their hopes here in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. 1 left for Medford. And we'll go to the 6th inning. Still Kennewick 1. And the Medford Mustangs, nothing. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Newman Group Evergreen Home Loans. We do what we do because we deeply desire to impact the lives of the people we come into contact with. That pursuit is something that is exuded every time we interact with the people we serve. We try our best to support them in the best way possible, meet them where they're at, and impact their lives beyond just the home loan process.
Affordable Truck and RV, for the places you would like to be.
One out on the ground out from Simeon Howard. Here's Easton Stevens, the right fielder. Kennewick leading Medford 1-0 in this loser out game. Consolation semifinals. Bozeman and Idaho Falls to follow. Bozeman already in the championship tomorrow, the only undefeated team in the tournament. Medford and Kennewick trying to get a shot at a Sunday game and the title, and maybe a trip to Shelby, North Carolina. Pop foul out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thompson battling for Medford. 1-2 the count to Easton Stevens. 5 strikeouts on the day for Bennett, and 2 of them with Stevens. And there's the third. Struck him out. Breaking balls. The 6th K of the day for Thompson. 10 in 2 starts in Lewiston. Two out, and first baseman Tim G. 2 for 2 today. He's one of the tournament leading hitters. Entered, I believe, 4 of 9 coming into this game. Thompson opens breaking ball downstairs. Gee, if it stands where it is, would have the game-winning run batted in with that bloop single midway down the right field line and only about a foot fair. Change up inside for a called strike. G doubled then in the 4th with 1 out. They left him stranded. Kennewick, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and they've left 3 on. The Mustangs are scoreless on 1 hit, and they've stranded 4. Hit into 2 inning-ending double play balls. Shot down the left side. Picked up in left field, and a 2-out single for Tim G., who is 3 for 3 against Medford today. So it brings up Caleb Stevenson, third baseman, number 5 hitter. Struck out and popped out into center field to Marsh. Looks at first pitch strike. G, the runner at first. And the pitch hit into center field. Base hit picked up by Darren Marsh. Kennewick trying to apply some pressure to Thompson, who may be at the end of the road for his stay here in Lewiston. Back-to-back 2-out singles. Medford's plan was to come with Dylan Marsh behind him, and then maybe look at McLennan tomorrow for a game. 1-0 with 2 out. .41-13 Outlaws. Jackson Lynn, left-handed hitting catcher. Thompson checks the runners, comes home. Nice stop by Passy. Hit up to Costanti. Ricochets off him. Run coming to the plate. The throw is there, and They got him. Passy held on to it. Kennewick may argue that one. I don't think so, though. Thrown out at the plate. Costanti bobbled it, and Marsh behind him comes up throwing. It will be an error on Costanti. And then Marsh guns down. Tim G trying to steal home plate and take a 2-0 lead. Mustangs tag him out at home plate like they did yesterday as well. To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. It's still Kennewick 1 and Medford nothing. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com. So the Mustangs throw out Tim G at home plate. Dylan Marsh backing up Costanti on a ball that he is charged with an error. Ricocheted as he went down to a knee to try to field it. Bounced off his glove and chest into right field, and Dylan Marsh picks it up, throws home to Passy, and they tag out Tim G at the plate. Still 1-0 Kennewick. Lefty Simeon Howard. Base in the top of the Mustang orders, Darren Marsh, Bennett Thompson, and Evan McLennan. And Howard behind 3-0 quickly. He has struck Marsh out twice today. The first time swinging. The lefty puts one in there for a strike. Hard slider in for strike 2. The count is full. Stroke down the left field line and just foul. Well, Medford needs a break like that, something close down the line. Get extra bases and then go to work. Running out of time here in Lewiston. Just one hit on the day against Howard. That was the one-out single by Costanti in the third. And the pitch pulled up toward Coach Nate Maben. I want to congratulate his brother Mike being named the interim head coach of Southern Oregon University softball team. This one up to third. Fielded, the long throw. In time, did they get him? They got him. Nice play by the third baseman across the way. Stevenson. Here's Bennett Thompson. Bennett underneath that one. Thompson's held his own against Howard and the Outlaws of Kennewick, though. As Kennewick 1 run on 5 hits on the morning. They've left 5. Thompson with 6 strikeouts and 1 walk. 10 strikeouts for the tournament for Bennett in 2 starts. Medford scoreless on 1 hit, and they've stranded 4. Twice they've hit into a double play to end the inning in the second and the just completed 5th inning. Thompson, the number 2 man in the lineup. Bennett with a 308 batting average on the year and takes his called strike. And it's full. Strokes this one up to Shu at second. Quickly 2 gone. So here's McLennan for the Mustangs, third baseman from Ashland. Against Idaho Falls. On Thursday, he had the game-winning 2-run single. But twice today has rolled out up to Shu on the right side at second base. McLennan with 12 extra base hits this summer. Nice if he could find the gap here with 2 out. Underneath that one, in the air, deep to right field, and going back, we can't see it, but at the track, it is caught. Hit it a ways. It's 335 out there, hit it about 330. But the Mustangs gone in order here in the 6th inning. 3 up, 3 down. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters in the 7th when we get there. But the bottom of 6 coming up. Still Kennewick leading Medford in this elimination game 1-0. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Top of the 7th, 1 out. Kennewick leading 1-0. Bennett Thompson hits LaFontaine. Trying to work inside. Bennett with 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk today. What a warrior, I'll tell you what. He'll be a junior at South Medford. He's locked up against a sophomore to be in Simeon Howard from Kennewick High, and that one had to hurt as LaFontaine takes the walk down right in front of our PlayActionSportsMedia.com camera. Nate Maben to the mound for Medford. Talk things over, and you wonder if maybe this is where they bring Dylan Marsh in, but Marsh is standing out in right field. He did go to the bullpen, Dylan, and warmed up in the 2nd inning. Again, Kennewick scored in the 1st. A 1-out single, then a strikeout, and then a bloop fly ball midway down the right field line, dropping fair by about a foot. And that scored Simeon Howard, and that's where we've been 1-0. A 1-out double in the 4th off of Thompson. And in 3 innings, he's got them in order, has Bennett, retiring the Outlaws. But here with 1 out, an insurance runner aboard on the hit batsman. And he'll face the number 9 hitter, Skylar Higley. Down 1-0 in the 7th. Two balls, no strikes to Higley. Drop ball in left field. They'll actually score it a hit. Nobody touched it. Dropped right between Ankeny and in shallow left field. One out. Hit back toward the mound. McLennan will take it. Thompson hitting the deck, getting out of the way. Moves the runners up. They will get the speedster Jacob Shue. Second out here in the 7th. And that's going to do it for Bennett Thompson. Great job by Bennett. Warrior to battle. Took the ball today with just 2 days rest. There he goes into the dugout. And Medford will make a call to the bullpen. We'll step aside, find out who will come in. Could be Marsh or Ledendecker. It's probably going to be Dylan Marsh. It looks like it will be. We'll find out, confirm that when we come back. 1-0 with 2 out in the 7th. Kennewick leading Medford in an elimination game. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate Jetboat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jetboat Excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
Mike Newman, Newman Group, Evergreen Home Loans. We do what we do because we deeply desire to impact the lives of the people we come into contact with. That pursuit is something that is exuded every time we interact with the people we serve. We try our best to support them in the best way possible, meet them where they're at, and impact their lives beyond just the home loan process.
Dylan Marsh in for the Medford Mustangs. Thompson and he switch places. Thompson now in right field. 2 out, 2 on. Bouncer to Costanti on to first. And 2 pitches the of it, but it's come down to this. The season for the Mustangs on the line as we go to the bottom of the 7th. For Kennewick, no runs, 1 hit. They leave 2 left. And Thompson again out. Marsh comes in and gets ground ball out that he needs to get out of it. And it will be up to the Mustangs in the bottom of the 7th. It'll be on the shoulders and the bat of Dylan Marsh. Zach Ankeny and Taven Passy keep this thing alive. Come back with the 7th. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Dylan Marsh will lead off the top of the 7th. Last chance, if you will, for Medford. Trailing Kennewick 1-0. Simeon Howard leaves after 6 innings. A 1-hit shutout with 4 strikeouts, 4 walks. The 21 batters that he's faced, here's Eden Blanco takes over. Howard goes into right field for Kennewick. And we'll see the other defensive change who took Blanco's spot at short. The count 1-1 strike to Dylan Marsh, the Mustang pitcher now of record, or not on record. He swings and misses the changeup. Bozeman and Idaho Falls to follow. We'll have that broadcast for you about 30 minutes after the completion of this game. 12:30 start is what are they saying, 12 o'clock start? 12 o'clock start. And the count goes even to Dylan. Marsh led off the second, drawing a walk, then flew out into left field in the 4th. And he swings and misses that. First out in the 7th. Here's Zach Ankeny now for the Stangs. Been a great run for this team. 35-24. Oregon State champs for the 17th time. perhaps their run may be coming to an end. But boy, what a team, starting out losing 8 of the first 13 in June. And here they are, their 60th game of the summer. Still a chance to maybe play for the regional championship. Blanco opens with a bender for a strike. Pulled up toward third, knocked down, and the recovery and the throw not in time, and Ankeny is aboard. The Mustangs, with one out, have the tie and run on. So Ankeny aboard, on the air by the third baseman. First error of the game for Kennewick. And Taven Passy comes to the plate. Pitch above the letters to Taven. Passy again, 380, the best batting mark of this team. 31 runs batted in. Dylan Marsh, the club leader, with 44. And a strike to Passy. Passy has drawn a couple walks today. Change up in low to him. 2 balls and a strike. Crunch time for the Stings. Trying to tie this thing up, extend it. Swing and a miss. Actually got a piece of it into the glove of Jackson Lynn, the catcher. Change up just away. Ooh. Fouled away at the plate. And the count is full. 1 out, 1 on. Tying 1 on. That 1 run on board. The Mustangs want to give thanks to Lithia Dodge Superstores, the West family, Dr. David and Mindy Folsom and their family, Mike Shipley, SNS Sheet Metal, Boise Cascade, Steve DeClerc, by Burger King, and the Croman Corporation for all their support of Mustang American Legion baseball throughout the years, and specifically this year in the 17th Oregon State Championship. Passy staying alive up there. Mustang number 6 hitter in the lineup against reliever Eden Blanco. Ankeny diving back safely. Popped up. Back of third. They'll put it away. 2 gone. Well, I never say down to the last out. I say perhaps. We said that in Klamath Falls during Eugene in the semifinal game, and that perhaps was for real. Perhaps. And the Mustangs did survive. 2 out. Ankeny on at first. He represents what could be the tie and run. Bennett Smith at the plate for the Mustangs, first baseman. Smitty with 48 hits this summer, 3rd most on this team, 3rd in RBIs, and the 5th best average at .331. Today he hit into a double play and then gave himself up, sack bunt in the 5th. Blanco changes speeds in low.
was hype, man.
2 out, 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Bennett Smith. In for strike 2. Well, now we've reached that point. All or nothing here. Anything close, Smith's got to be swinging. Ankeny with the lead inching off of first. Potential tying run. Smith puts it on the ground. Up the middle toward the bag. The only play will be to first. Kennewick goes to first, gets the out, and the game and the season is over for the Medford Mustangs. No runs, no hits. 1 Kennewick error and 1 left. And the Kennewick Outlaws defeat the Medford Mustangs 1-0 in this consolation semifinal elimination game. For Kennewick, their totals 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error, and 7 left. For Medford, the Mustangs scoreless on 1 hit. They committed 1 error. And Medford strands 5 runners on the day. It is over the season for the Medford Mustangs, as we'll get a look at them coming back to their dugout. Been a great run for this team. Only 6 of 18 returned from a year ago, so they've got a lot coming back and a lot to be proud of, and a great run for this Medford Mustang team. I don't even think they knew they could get this far, but to make it to the final 32 in the nation is quite an accomplishment for the Medford Mustangs. But it comes to an end here Saturday morning, near approaching noontime, as Bozeman will get set to take on Idaho Falls in the it's a guaranteed title showing for Bozeman no matter what. But stay with us. We'll wrap it up. Again, 1-0. Kennewick wins it and eliminates Medford from the tournament, and their season comes to an end. The Mustangs, though, a great run, and they will finish with a final record of 35-25 on the year. This is their 60th game. Unfortunately, a 1-0 shutout and a defeat to the Outlaws of Kennewick, the Washington State champions. All right, stay with us. We're going to try to wrap this up here and then get set for the Bozeman broadcast. Will come up. We'll air the Bozeman and Idaho Falls game. It's a must-win for Idaho Falls. Bozeman again will play for the championship. The Bucks, the Montana State champions, no matter what, tomorrow. But again, our final score, Kennewick 1 and Medford 0. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Stay tuned. We'll wrap it up, our postgame show, right after this.
Mike Newman, Newman Group, Evergreen Home Loans. We do what we do because we deeply desire to impact the lives of the people we come into contact with. That pursuit is something that is exuded every time we interact with the people we serve. We try our best to support them in the best way possible, meet them where they're at, and impact their lives beyond just the home loan process.
Windows, stone, or roofing, Allied Building Products is where you go for anything in exterior home improvement. With over 65 years combined experience, we can help you find all you need to complete your project. We can connect you with quality licensed and bonded contractors. In our window showroom, you'll find a large selection of windows and skylights. We offer a variety of residential and commercial roofing and have the largest supply of GAF Elk roofing products in Southern Oregon. Allied Building Products. One source, one solution.
Affordable Truck and RV, for the places you would like to be.
Experience the Rogue River aboard this historical adventure full of wildlife and the breathtaking views of the legendary Hellgate Canyon. Our 2-hour, 36-mile Hellgate jet boat excursion offers you the best of the Rogue as we weave through the high-walled canyons and spot eagles, deer, and otter, all while your pilot shares the fascinating history of the wild and scenic Rogue River. The quick and scenic tour with Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions. Book yours now at hellgate.com, where your adventure awaits.
Well, sadly, it is over for the Medford Mustangs as they say goodbye, but they battled, and a great run by them. Bennett Smith and company, Ankeny, Dylan Marsh, the Marsh brothers, and Taven Passy, this whole group. Evan McLennan, Chase Costanti, a good group. Ricky Bortz and company, but great run for the Stangs, but unfortunately it comes to an end on their 60th game of the year, and Kennewick will live for another game. And we'll have a shot at the championship tomorrow against either Bozeman or Idaho Falls, who remain. So that's what it is. 1-0 the final. We'll get you the totals here for you. Looks this way as Kennewick 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error. And they left 7 runners on base. Medford scoreless with 1 hit. Chase Costanti single in the third. They had 1 error and left 5 runners on base. Medford finishes its run in the season at 35-25. Kennewick improves to 42-13 and will play tomorrow for the regional championship. It's been a great run for us. We appreciate everybody that's helped us with the broadcast in bringing these tournament games to you back home and worldwide. And again, the Mustangs, just the way it goes, but good run for Zach Ankeny and company. And again, tough one to lose 1-0. They had some chances, but twice hit into inning-ending double plays. Thompson battled on the mound, pitched his heart out, but this run comes to an end. So Medford, that last won the regional championship in 2015, unfortunately, not going to get that opportunity here as the season comes to an end. So many people to thank, and we quickly want to do that. Flash these businesses up on the screen for you. The Newman Group and Evergreen Home Loans, Mike Newman. Thanks to Affordable Truck and RV. Also thanks to Bobby Collins and RB South Medford Chai. Oh, man, those Hawaiian King sliders. Yeah, for $1.49. Love me some Arby's South Medford, all right? Also thanks to Russ Gallup and Oregon California Supply, where you get 20% off all Wright brand hand tools in Medford and in Grants Pass. The Medford store, Highway 62, just north of Vilas Road. And also thanks to Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions. Thanks to Logan Odom, former Medford Mustang great, and the Rutledge Property Group. Thank you, Logan, and for his support. And again, tough one for the Stangs. Thank you so much to Brandy Cowden, People's Bank, for helping us with the broadcast. Brian Moser and Allied Building Products. You got those summer home improvement projects to finish up before school starts. Get all your supplies, materials, and the best service available with Brian Moser at Allied Building Products in Medford. Again, step aside, come back for a final word. You're watching PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Back to Lewiston, Idaho. You see the final there. Kennewick eliminating Medford 1-0 the final today. And again, the Mustangs in their year at 35-25 under head coach Nate Maben, assistant coach, pitching coach, and general manager Paul White. Great run. Been a fun part for us to pick them up at the state tournament and here in Lewiston, Idaho with the regional championship. And again, thank you to all of you that have followed these broadcasts and shared them. I want to thank Demi DeSoto, the Table Rock Sports crew, and Lithia Dodge, of course, for supporting the Medford Mustangs and youth baseball. And to all those great sponsors and that support youth baseball, keeping American Legion baseball alive and well. One of the great programs versus independent baseball. There is a chance for scholarships and a bona fide national championship, the World Series next week in Shelby, North Carolina. But unfortunately, Medford will not be a part of that, so we'll see. We'll have the Bozeman Bucks and Idaho Falls Bandits coming up in the next game. Bozeman in the regional title game tomorrow no matter what, so elimination game for Idaho Falls, the Bandits, the Idaho champions, as they will come your way here on Play Action Sports Media in about 30 minutes from now. That's going to do it for us from Lewiston, Idaho. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for watching last week in Klamath Falls, the state tournament. Our thanks to our technical director, Josh Eldridge. And thanks to the Medford Mustangs, general manager Paul White, and to everybody who had a hand in our broadcast. All of you great sponsors, thank you again so much. We'll have to say so long for now, and a good morning from Lewiston, Idaho.